Hello everyone. So today I am going to be trying something that is a little different. It's a little crazy and it's a little risky. I'm holding here, hang on a minute. I'm holding here something called paper towels. And if you don't know what they are, you're in luck, because this is going to be a video that comprehensively explains them. I have a very close relationship with paper towels because if you've ever lived with me, you know very well who used all the paper towels. Sarcastic, obviously it was Dan, right? Already off to a bad start. Sorry, we're just a little frazzled this morning. I'm going to be reading the entirety of the Wikipedia page for paper towels. And I'm also going to be providing some fun commentary, fun comic commentary. Because it's sort of like edutainment, infotainment, edutainment information, entertainment-mation. So without further ado, let's get started. Paper towel. This is the Wikipedia for paper towels. Wikipedia is a free user community edited encyclopedia that's available on the internet for free. A paper towel is an absorbent, disposable towel made from paper. You following me so far? Is anybody lost? In Commonwealth English, here we go. The English have always got to do stuff a little weird, right? They probably call it like paper buggies or something. Paper boingies. A boingy roll. Paper towels for kitchen use are also known as kitchen rolls. Kitchen rolls. Hello there. Can you pass me a kitchen roll? Kitchen roll. Kitchen paper. Kitchen paper. Can you pass me the kitchen paper? Or kitchen towels. Oi! All right, that's enough. For home use, paper towels are usually sold in a roll of perforated sheets. So that's this. That's perforated sheets. See how I just ripped it? Perforated. But some are sold in stacks of pre-cut and pre-folded layers for use in paper towel dispensers. Oh, so that's like there's a sort of plastic dispenser and they're already cut and you just pull them out, right? Unlike cloth towels, paper towels are disposable and intended to be used only once. Disposable. So you throw them out when you're done with them. I'm sorry, everybody. This video is so stupid that I was suddenly overwhelmed with self-hatred and self-doubt and stopped. But I have decided to continue because I think there might be something here. And I really believe in this idea. So unlike cloth towels, paper towels are disposable and intended to be used only once. And that's kind of a classic 1900s sort of thought process, right? We already have this thing that works fine, that everybody likes. Why don't we just make it easier for everybody if you just throw the towel away every single time and get a new one? I like that for sanitary reasons and convenience, but usually convenience means more waste and more problems down the line. But who cares, right? Because we're not going to have to deal with any of that. Let the sea turtles deal with that. Let our children's children deal with that, Paper towels absorb water because they are loosely woven, which enables water to travel between the fibers, even against gravity. That's interesting, actually. yeah, because I have always wondered, like, if you've used certain paper towels, these are nice ones. These are the Bounty ones, because I cannot, I cannot deal with it's worth to me paying an extra 50 cents, or an extra $1 per unit if they actually work, because then if they don't work, you just have to use twice the amount anyway, 3 times the amount. So the Bounty ones, I would assume this is not an ad for Bounty, but I would assume that that's what they're talking about, is sort of the absorbency, and it makes all the difference if you have paper towels that absorb well versus paper towels that don't, The capillary effect. So maybe we can do, if this video does well. Normally, if I was just scrolling the internet, I would click on the capillary effect and read that, but this is a piece of paper, so I can't do that. And also, this is not a video about the capillary effect. This is a video about paper towels. So, they have similar purposes to conventional towels, such as drying hands, wiping windows and other surfaces, dusting, and cleaning up spills. I'll tell you something though. I sometimes will use a microfiber cloth, which is not disposable, to dust, particularly cleaning off the AC vents of my air conditioner. And then it's a disaster when I try to go put that in my washing machine and dryer, Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, my clothes have all the dust debris on them, And it's like, where did all this come from? It's like, oh, I guess it came from the dusting. So I've been thinking to myself, maybe I should get have a designated dusting towel. But then it's like, I still have to wash that with all the other clothes, right? Jesus Christ. And you know what, honestly, the thing is, it's like, what are we on, 400 videos now, 500 videos now? It's like, I might as well do this, Whenever I have an idea for a video, I'm just like, sure, why not? Why, what? Okay. So paper towel dispensers. Now, I love paper towel dispensers, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. Paper towel dispensers are commonly used in toilet facilities shared by many people, such as at schools or at shopping malls. And they are often considered more hygienic than hot air hand dryers or shared cloth towels. Okay, a shared cloth towel, I cannot even imagine what the hell that would be in a public restroom. I hope that there's nowhere in the America that uses a shared towel in a public restroom. But see that part? That's in the Wikipedia page. That is scientific. That is citable. That hand dryers are not hygienic. If you go into a public bathroom and you use an automatic hand dryer, you might as well have not even washed your hands. You might as well not even wash them. Because all you're doing is blasting the air that you're trying to get off. The particles of human feces, the particles of COVID, the particles of rhinovirus, all the stuff that's floating around in the bathroom, the mold, God only knows. E. coli, anything. You're sandblasting it onto your hands, and you're making sure that it gets in your cells. And they're loud. There's a decibel level that is so loud that they damage your hearing. They do. Look it up. So I don't want to ever, if I am successful in this life, every hand dryer, automatic hot air hand dryer, will be removed and burned in a hand dryer crystal knocked. So, that's the end of the introductory section. So next we're going to get into the history section. So the history of paper towels. And I guess there's some photos here. So this is a photo of a paper towel, but I already showed you what that looks like. So this is a photo of a dispenser, paper towel dispenser. And I'm sorry, environment, but we're going to have to figure something else. Maybe they can make them out of biodegradable bullshit. I don't know. Surely they do something like that, right? In 1907, the Philadelphia-based, so congratulations, Philly, paper towels are from your home turf. So have a cheesesteak and celebrate that one with some of this John. So probably when they invented paper towels, they were like, hey, can you Look at this John I just invented. They say that in Philadelphia. It's a Philadelphia thing. The Philadelphia-based Scott Paper Company. Oh, so like The Office. I wonder if that's an Office reference. Developed the first restroom tissues. They started when the paper towel industry. They started the paper towel industry. They started the paper towel industry when they began selling Sani towels and used advertising to convince the public that paper towels were essential for personal hygiene. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. So maybe they weren't essential. Let's keep reading and see. In 1919, William E. Corbin, Henry Chase, and Harold Titus began experimenting with paper towels in the Research and Development Building of the Brown Company in Berlin, New Hampshire. By 1922, Corbin perfected their product and began mass producing it at the Cascade Mill on the Berlin/Gorham line. I don't know what that means. Is that a train stop? Something? This product was called Nybrock paper towels, which is Corbin spelled backwards. Oh, that's stupid. So that was William E. Corbin decided, what should we call this? Let's spell my name backwards. That'd be like if I invented something and called it like lunch. In 1931, the Scott Paper Company introduced their paper towel rolls for kitchens. So they're making it for home use now. Paper towels are commonly used for drying hands in public bathrooms. In the 21st century, however, electric jet air dryers have threatened their dominance. While there is no clear scientific consensus over which method is more hygienic, well, they say that about everything. Scientists can never agree on anything because they're all just so up their own ass and they're always fighting about, the research. Yeah. And I believe in science. I'm just saying they are autistic. And so I like that about scientists. I think that's what you need to be a scientist is rigor. You know, you must search for the truth above all else at all costs, you know. But that also means so of course there's no consensus. There's no consensus about anything. The paper towel industry and hand dryer manufacturers such as Dyson have each attempted to discredit each other by funding studies which spur sensationalist headlines and running advertisements. Advertisements would be how they said that in England. The public relations battle has also been fueled by animosity between both sides. So that could be interesting, maybe for a documentary. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so that's the end of the history section. Now we're on to the production section. Paper towels are either made from paper towels are made from either virgin or recycled paper pulp, which is extracted from wood or fiber crops. I used to live in Savannah, and there was a paper mill. And everybody said it smelled bad, but I thought it smelled good. I'm a little freaky. They are sometimes bleached during the production process to lighten coloration, and may also be decorated with colored images on each square, such as flowers or marketable characters. Resin size is used to improve the wet strength. Normally, if I was reading this at home, I would have, because resin size and wet strength are both underlined, so I would be interested to read the Wikipedia page for resin size and wet strength. Maybe if this video, you know, if it seems like there's something here, there can be another video where I have a computer, and then that way I can just go down each rabbit hole, you know. Paper towels are packed individually and sold as stacks or are held on a continuous roll and come in two distinct classes, domestic and institutional. Interesting. Many companies produce paper towels. Some common brand names are, well, I'm not going to read the brand names because that would just be free advertising, but there are common paper towel brand names. Okay, next section is the market section. Market. Tissue products in North America, including paper towels, are divided into consumer and commercial markets, with household consumer usage accounting for approximately 2/3 of total North American consumption. Wow. Commercial usage, or otherwise any use outside of the household, accounts for the remaining third of North American consumption. Well, that seems a little silly, doesn't it? Because isn't it just that most people are home more than they're anywhere else? A little flawed there. The growth in commercial use of paper towels can be attributed to the migration from folded towels in public bathrooms, for example, to roll towel dispensers, which reduces the amount of paper towels used by each patron. Wait a minute. All right, let me read that again. The growth in commercial use of paper towels can be attributed to the migration from folded towels. Right. So if you ever go into the bathroom and they just have a stack of paper towels that are folded up, it's easier to just grab a whole fucking wad and take it out and use that, which I'm guilty of doing myself. Versus a dispenser, you gotta wait for it to dispense one. It's like, come on, Okay. Within the forest products industry, paper towels are a major part of the tissue market, second only to toilet paper. Well, everybody's got it. That's kind of interesting, though, that toilet paper, I guess maybe because toilet paper everybody has to use. Yeah, that's because people don't really go to the bathroom that much. I mean, I go to the bathroom a lot, but generally you wouldn't think that people would go to the bathroom more than they would use a paper towel. But I guess everybody has to use toilet paper at some point during the day, and people don't have to use a paper towel at some point during the day. Globally, Americans, here we go. American slander coming up here. Globally, Americans are the highest per capita users of paper towels in the home, at approximately 24 kilograms, 53 pounds, yearly consumption per capita. In parentheses, combined consumption approximately 7.8 million tons, 7,700,000 long tons, 8,600 million, what? 8,600,000 short tons per year. What does that mean? Long tons, short tons? What are you talking about? This is 50% higher than in Europe, and nearly 500% higher than in Latin America. So we use 50% higher, more paper towels in America than they do in Europe, and we use 500% more than in Latin America. Whoa. This would be an interesting documentary. Nobody steal that. By contrast, people in the Middle East tend to prefer reusable cloth towels. And people in Europe tend to prefer reusable cleaning sponges. Well, sponges are dirtier than a toilet. So somebody really needs to tell them that. They are literally dirtier than a toilet. So that explains a lot. Acting like they're better than us, meanwhile they don't even they might as well just stick their head in a fucking toilet all day. Paper towels are popular primarily among people who have disposable income, so their use is higher in wealthy countries and low in developing countries. Growing hygiene consciousness during the COVID-19 pandemic led to a boost in paper towel market growth. You know something? I'm not sure I really like the attitude that this Wikipedia person has towards paper towels. Keep your personal opinions to yourself. Editorializing. It's supposed to be. Growing hygiene consciousness during the COVID-19 pandemic led to a boost in paper towel market growth. I bet they were happy about that. Maybe they engineered the whole thing. Oh, I shouldn't say that because then I'll get the YouTube taken down. I was joking. All right, the last section is environmental issues. Great, the guilt trip section. What a shitty person you are. Section. Paper towels are a global product with rising production and consumption. Being second in tissue consumption only to toilet paper, the proliferation of paper towels, which are mostly non-recyclable. I learned that recently, actually, that paper towels weren't recyclable, because I just was throwing them in the recycling. People were like, you can't recycle this. And I was like, why not? They're paper. And they were like, I don't know. You can. Recycling doesn't even do anything anyway. They just put, there's so many things you're not supposed to recycle that nobody gives a fuck about, that people just throw all that shit in the recycling bin anyway. And if you throw food in your recycling bin, they just have to throw the whole bin out. It's a scam. Recycling. Obviously, in theory, it's a good idea, but it's a scam. Mostly non-recyclable, has globally adverse effects on the environment. However, paper towels made from recycled paper do exist and are sold at many outlets. Some are manufactured from bamboo, which grows faster than trees. Yeah, put that bamboo to good use. Bamboo is horrible. Electric hand dryers are an alternative to using paper towels for hand drying. Electric hand dryers may also spread bacteria to hands and clothing. So that's what I said at the beginning. Okay, well, that's the Wikipedia page for paper towels. I'm not really sure how I feel.